kind of a little unconventional for me to come on a Friday. I don't usually come on here live unless it's like the members' energy healings and so forth. But I just thought I would come on and pull some cards, share some intuitive insights, check in with you. My initial thought for today was to like go out and around my neighborhood and just like touch base with humans, figure out where, like, I guess, what's going on, what's showing up in people's world. So let me know in the comments because I can really feel this like heavy energy, anxiety, grief, the fear, I guess we could call it too. It just like feels like so much. And there's a lot happening around people's like financial state, but more so like your livelihood. Um, the livelihood, your work, your how you're contributing to the world, and what that exchange back or investment back of your time and energy looks like. I can see this happening at like a global realm, I guess, and all the stuff going on with what does the future look like? What does the future look like? So this isn't about like predicting what's going to happen or fortune telling, future telling, because I personally believe that every future, every possibility exists. We can use the cards, we can use intuitive insights to kind of like branch us towards, that's weird, branch us towards greater good, the evolution of humanity, and so forth. So if you are watching, if you are joining in, if you would like your cards read or card or whatever, some insight about your situation personally, you can let me know in the comments. I'll make a list. This card, I'm just going to start right off with, had come out when I was initially kind of shuffling the deck, putting, and I just pulled one. This card was there. I thought I shuffled the deck again. Apparently I didn't, because then it was at the top of the deck. And then I was like, oh, maybe that's just for me, like whatevs. And then I put this back in the deck. But then as I looked, I was like, wait a minute. Turns out I put this card upside down in the entire deck. So clearly it's meant to be shared here. This concept here of the like abundance, but the generosity, okay, that we have here with the Six of Cups. Six meaning heart space, energy, love, connection, reaching to others. I told you there was like this calling to me, like, hey, go out, like knock on people's doors and just be like, hey, how are you? Like, we don't do that enough, I don't think. What's going on in your life? I think a lot of people are struggling. And if you're here, you are a conscious human being, most likely. Otherwise, we wouldn't be vibing together. I think it's important that we all tap into this heart space consciousness at this point in our given humanity. Hello, Meredith. So true. I'm terrified trying to afford the trip tomorrow, 30 cents short. I pulled cards and said I'd be happy not to go. And if I went, it was not for me. Oh, is that what the cards said? Interesting. Yeah, who are you going for? Why do we do anything that we do? So let's pull some cards and tune into the energy again. If you want personal card pulls, let me know. I'm just going to call to the energies of the collective, our guides, ancestors, those beings of the highest spirit that want to support us with gaining insight into whatever is needed at this point. For the collective, use me as a channel, a messenger for this spirit. I thank you. Hi, Meredith. Hi, King Lover AJ. With that being said, you guys, I just want to share again, I made a short today. I posted it more on my Instagram about an event I'm hosting on the 10th of October. It's like a free online event. There's going to be 2 times. This is really for people who identify as light workers, shadow workers, energy healers, sound therapists, Reiki practitioners. We're going to tune into the energy of Reiki, energy of just sending peace and love to the collective, to each other, to ourselves. And this is going to be online Zoom. So if you are interested in joining that, I guess I could find the link somewhere and post it in this chat. Maybe I'll put it after in the description or something, but please join. You can sign up. There's 2 times, 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So just hoping to get as many people as we can to support this. Ooh, yeah, there's like so much here. Hi, Robin from NYC. Hello. Thank you. So it's interesting. We have so we have the 6 in the heart space, right? Then we have the 5 of Cups. Ooh, and underneath it now we have the Page of Cups. And then on the opposite side, we have the 6 of Swords. And now the 3 of Swords. So interesting how we have this kind of like interplay of cups, emotions, and the thoughts, swords. I kind of laid them out into like 2. So on the right side here, we have these 2. This is the 5 of Cups, the Page of Cups. The 3 of Swords actually landed in reverse, just so you know, if that matters to anyone. I'm just going to lift this up. On the opposite side, we have here the 6 of Swords, 3 of Swords. Hi, Nevia. Hello, I'm well. Yeah. Navigating it. How are you? So, you know, hi, Tara. I guess with this, there's this like balancing being called out for us at this point. To balance like our emotions, just asking Spirit to speak the words. To balance our emotions, to remember that your feet have this grounded connection to the earth. Okay, that your feet are like a portal to the earth. I'm really noticing this individual's feet grounded down in the brown. Everything is black. His hair is black. The whole cloak is black, but then there's this brown energy, which I'm identifying with the russet brown, the russet color, which of Malkut, even that kingdom space. And like maybe right now there's a lot of you that are feeling this disconnection, you know. Hello, Tara. Hello, Delilah. Hello. This connection to maybe that's why I came on for you, Delilah. There's something here about this disconnection from this like royal place, from this castle, from this fortress. And this is causing a lot of grief, you know, so much grief. Yeah, at this point, this is a collective reading for everyone, but if anyone wants personal cards pulled, to let me know. And I will, you know, do that. But like, notice how wisdom, the gray color of wisdom, is the bridge that crosses from one side to the other. So I want to just offer this up. Maybe like there's a sense of like grief and like separation from people. This is leading to a lot of emotional guilt, a lot of emotional difficulty at this point. And you're like, oh, there's like just so much connection and I want to say wealth, but like this like abundant nature. Things seem to be working out, da 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 da. And then there was a separation that happened from that. And here you are on the other side of the bank of this river being like, oh my God, why can't I be there? It's like, well, you can be there. You literally just got to walk over the bridge. But like, what if we shift the perspective here, turn around and see that there's actually not that much loss because there's 2 cups still standing. But what if it's actually like you saw that this bridge existed and that there was other opportunity over here. And so you left that old self, you left that old world, you left what you knew was comfortable, you left really what it is like the tower, the structure, right, of society. Using wisdom. There's a lot of gray in this card, the sky, the bridge, and the fact that it's over the blue water, like there's a loving, merciful energy there. But here you are now in this, even though you're still connected to the earth, it's like bare, it feels barren, right? I'm just seeing that how there's no greenery where you now stand. I believe we're in like a Pisces something. Was that you, Meredith, telling me that last time? There's something about Pisces right now? Am I imagining that? I thought I read it somewhere. Something about Pisces. If anyone knows, let me know. Okay, I'm going to make a list here of people that want cards. Okay. So Delilah, I think you said. Glamish, you said, I believe. Robin. Hello, Golden Lily. Okay, remember everyone, members get priority reading. So if you're kind of getting bumped around or whatever, that's just why, but that's fine. We're going to get to everyone. So with this idea of the Five of Cups, you've kind of stepped over this bridge or whatever that looks like for you, stepping away from the structure, from the things you've known, from society's norms. The reason I'm talking about Pisces here is because we have underneath it this Page of Cups, and there's something about how he's like really like talking or looking at this fish, like, or the fish looks like it's talking to him, right? Like there's something here being received intuitively from this. There's something which you literally, as I look at my like altar space, I have like 3 different containers with water in them, which is like very bizarre. It's not something I usually do. But I wonder what you can receive from intuitive messages with placing water in a cup or chalice or bowl, whatever, and just sitting with that, holding it, right? Have a bath if you want, whatever. Like something about this intuitiveness of water and this flow and this Pisces energy that I think could really be supportive for you in tuning into, I guess, seeing this different perspective of where you are, tuning into the fact that maybe it's not so barren because he's standing on the same yellow here. It's sand at this point. We look at this, we don't know what's behind him. It could be a whole ocean of opportunity, right? New place to explore. So this cup, there's something about this cup, and we see it in the initial one with being in the heart space. When we come from a place of heart, when we come from a place of truth, of possibility, like what if these people are passing it around, these cups, and handing it out generously, and your role was really to like take the cups that you got from inside the castle, inside the fortress, because it looks like they're there in it, right? And it was like, okay, go and take those out. And you're like, some of you are just being really hard on yourself. But really what this is this transformation. Again, we talk lots about this, about the butterfly and the cocoon. It's very like cliche analogy, I guess, around the difficulty it takes and what it seems like separation before that blooming. So there's a transformation that's happening. We got sacral energy with the orange of this card. So again, the watery aspect is really tuning in. So on this other side with the 6 of Swords, the 3 of Swords, alongside it came out like the Universe card here. What I was really seeing with this card, though, the 3 of Swords, was this concept of like the Holy Trinity. Maybe like some of you have like see how it's raining? Thank you, Robin. Appreciate the donation. Yeah. There's something here about this like rainy season, the disconnection from your spiritual path. I think we talked about this in another reading not long ago. It feels like something, there's like a leaving. Oh my God, I'm just noticing like it's literally in this card, like the Trinity, right? Like Mother, Father, Son. So maybe you feel like the universe has abandoned you. Some of you, there's like a really shadowy energy here present. That's what's in the center of everything, shadows. There's a really shadowy energy present here where not only do you think, like, did you leave? Or did people leave you? Or where's this disconnection? It's gotten to the point of like the spiritually depression almost of like, you're complete, like, why did God forsake me? I feel like this has been like a thing that's shown up quite a bit. What is it? What is it about this Universe card, this 8? Oh, weird. My necklace and my bracelet just completely attached to each other. That was weird. It's like thinking about how everything fits together. Like the fact that this is how my mind works, you guys. The fact that this like could just go perfectly inside there and then hold, like link, that I couldn't like separate it for a moment, just shows to me this sort of like interconnectedness of everything. Interconnectedness of the cards, how they have fallen, interconnectedness of the numbers and how they've all like been showing up. So there's something here that's really wanting to show you, like, to trust, I guess, and to like this. When it was like this, it's almost, no, it landed initially in reverse, sorry. So I'm kind of like, oh, it's like shift how you're seeing it as like a loss. Because everything that's happening, it is happening for a reason, but it's like part of like some bigger plan. This like linking of all the pieces, all the stories, right? And it's funny too, because I know I said like that maybe this individual got the cups from here. We could actually switch it around. What if this individual is supposed to bring the cups to here to be sold and used for whatever, but now he's kind of like, oh, I like spilt some. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, and the fact that this is 5 and this is 6, I'm just like inviting you to literally like shift your perspective. Okay. I like feel like that's a huge thing, that we are easily getting trapped in what we see and naming it as truth, because that's just not how it works. So about this linking connection, where is there something else? Okay, maybe just use this deck for a minute. Where is this something else for the collective? So what is it that you're imagining? What is it that you are putting your attention on? And look how there's a heart in the center. Like, again, Tiferet, that heart generosity space. Are you filling this with all the lack and like the things that aren't working? Are you focusing on this heart generosity, the things gratitude, the things you're receiving and giving out, etc.? This requires like a higher consciousness, because we have a violet kind of color here, the indigo violet. It's like the higher aspects. And I mean, that came with this universe card. I love how that is also a higher colored card for the chakras. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll use this card. Okay. So we have the sex energy here. Look how there's like a balance between this. I'm going to put this in the center because that's kind of where I was looking at when that came out. It's like just showing me this concept of the yin and the yang, and how one could be seen as like the light, bright, and what other being the dark and like, ooh, not, but there's like beauty in both of them merging into one. And that there's also the black line. What's this line called? That space between, that is this balance of both. So this isn't at all to be like, your mindset needs to be just positive. It doesn't need to be just like on one, like just imagine the good. No, that's not what I'm saying. It's like, allow this co-creative energy of the universe, the co-creative masculine, feminine energies inside you or with others, to like naturally feed you the imagination, or feed your imagination these like heartfelt thoughts, even in the midst of the things that are maybe not feeling like they are working out for you. For some of you, again, this might be a lot of like sexual healing stuff that's going on around worth, about how you show up in your like power, how you listen even to your inner voice. And then we have here the Sun card. So like overall, all of this process is for this natural evolution of humanity, but it's more so like for you to tune into the light that you are. So some ways that you can really tune into the recognition of like light and shadow, merging the two, recognizing your power, recognizing the like give and take flow or energy between you and the rest of the universe, because you are just one. The sun, I think, can be a brilliant way to do that, like calling the sun, adoring the sun, being in the sun, recognizing its power, and recognizing that you too are that sun. And we have the sun here at the end, and that's also that Tiferet space, right? The solar or heart center of 6. Okay, let's pull one of these for the collective. Then I think we'll go into actually we'll pull 2 more cards for the collective, and then we'll, maybe 3, because I have 2 other decks here I want to use. As I looked at one, then I looked at the other, it's like, oh. But for the collective, okay, give us just 3 messages here as we walk away with this information about being in this balance of the light. We have Felicitas, a power symbol to create luck and serendipitous events. I'll just show you this. And then we have this vortex card. It says, I can find harmony by feeling my improved thoughts. Well, there you go, harmony. The yang, yin and yang. It says, if we were completing an action that caused negative emotion, we would not proceed with the action until we had resolved the negative emotion. We would make sure that we had come into alignment with Source before proceeding. By feeling for the improved thought in time, and usually in a short time, you will feel the harmony of your Source, and you will know the appropriateness of your behavior. We would not look for the long lists of right and wrong, but instead we would feel for the emotion of alignment with Source. So to me, this is just that, again, there's something about the sun, like, that's number 33 of that card too. It's like, how can you just like align? Let the sun bathe into your heart. Let it bathe and wash away the grief, or at least land on the grief. And then we have employment change. Your career path is leading you in a higher direction, with positive changes to support your dreams, priorities, passions, and life's purpose. Trust that these changes will help you release the old and welcome the new. You are being supported each step of the way. So, like, I was talking to a friend who lives in like DC, and she was just saying how my understanding from what she was saying, at least, was the government's like shutting down. Like, you know, my mom told me today Canada Post went on strike last night. Looks like the teachers here in Alberta may go on strike. You know, there's like so much happening around work. And what I'm learning is it is this death, dying. It's a process of letting go of the old. But like many of you maybe are still like attaching and not letting go to, doesn't mean walk away from your job, but like letting in new ways of being in like how you show up. That's the main thing, right? Doing the things that you love, connecting to your purpose, your truth, your priorities, your passions, your dreams. So it might be a process for you to release, but there's something about this horse energy that we'll just ask to come through for each of us here. She's sleeping, but like holding onto this horse that's riding. So, okay. For sure, Meredith, I will put your name on the list. All these cards. Fun. Okay. Oh, so wherever it is you are, whatever you're doing in your life right now, just calling that energy, the power symbol to create luck, serendipitous events. In this ritual, I've been like kind of like working on the one concept is like boundaries. And it was talking about boundaries and like overcoming boundaries, or like, and not like boundaries of like my personal space necessarily. It's more like the boundaries of the astral is how I was interpreting it. and how we can literally create luck or change, have more lucky experiences or like these blessed opportunities when we recognize that that boundary can be shifted even with just like imagination. And I love how today, from what I understand, today is the 26th, which is like key 15, which is the devil. And we have 9 twice, which is like the hermit card. But what I was thinking was actually like path 9, which is technically like the Sephiroth of Yesod, the moon sphere, that place of the astral. Like, there's 9 people here, just like things like this. So there's something about this dream state, etheric space where we can go in and we have to know what boundaries we are creating with our mind and putting into our existence, and use that mind, that imagination, to shift into a different way. So locking yourself out of, or instead of locking yourself in boundaries, in the matrix, whatever you want to call it, instead start to realize, what if my like ability to create things in my reality is so much stronger? Hello, MB. Hi, from Brooklyn, New York. Hello. So I just invite you, whatever that brings up for you, as we go through these personal card pulls now with Delilah, we're starting with, I believe. Then I have Golden Lily. Then I have Glamish, Robin, Meredith. I think Glamish said they wanted cards. I don't know. You let me know, Glamish, if that was something you said. Kind of just said hi and then asked about the cards, I think. But anyway, this card goes back. Okay, Delilah. Well, call to your guides, those beings that want to support you. What do the cards say for Delilah? Yeah, it's been a while. We got 2 little cards there. We got Temperance, we have the 5 of Wands, and we have the Judgment card. I'm going to flip these 2 over because they were both in reverse, the Judgment and the 5 of Wands. How was this whole like rapture-y thing for you, Delilah? I sure am. That yawn was appropriate. Like, yeah, I'm curious. Like, maybe there's like some conflict or something about that, because both of these cards have like the angels. It's almost like you're over here being like, oh no, it's good, I'm doing my work, everything's fine. And then there's like the people around you or that you witnessed maybe during this week who are just like, the end days, like, and maybe there was some conflictual energy around that, I wonder. Can you like see that there might be wisdom in all the ways? Because really, if we look at this, it's almost like this is the same angel. Red wings, right? Has that Martian energy. But in the white, it's like this alchemical energy of temperance is very much focused on the internal work, right? And focus on the self. Focus on this connection to spirit, self and spirit, not on what everyone else is doing. And then to me, it's almost like this angel's doing his thing, doing his personal work. And then this wake up call, judgment stuff, it's like it's required because it's part of the journey. Like, it's needed, right? Card 20 before the last card. But it's not the last card. That's what's interesting about it. But I love how the angel now is wearing blue. So it's like showing that it's connected to that sphere of love, mercy, but still has the red in the hair, still has the Gabura energy of like a bit of force, severity. And I guess one thing I'll just say with that is like, don't, and it's like, I told you so, like that, we could do that to people. Like, don't do that. Because I think it's going to just like cause more like chaos, disruption of these. Like, why are these guys doing this? Like, what is the point of this? Let's go. Let's be men, fight. Whatever that might be for you. Other people close to me, the rapture thing was edgy. That's my life right now. Hello, Nesrin. Hello. Okay, let's just check what this is. Because I really do see this temperance card as you, this like alchemist energy as you. So then we have the sex card. Ooh, we got a lot of sacral energy. Oh no, that's root. We got sex, we got moon. Let's do one more over here because, you know, I feel like, let's see. Maybe something to avoid this conflict. Avoid? Imagine and bloom. So I love how we have like two of the same cards that came out. What I'm hearing with like the sex card though for you, Delilah, is this idea that like, oh my God, it was there and then it was gone. Oh, what was it? It was something about like, oh, okay, it's gone. It was completely like, as quickly as it went or came, it went. I don't know, is that your sex life maybe? Like, because that was really bizarre how that just like, oh my God, why is there a blank here? Let's put it down. So these two cards came out together, Imagine and Bloom. I found it fascinating that both sex and this card would come out, but it's like something about you recognizing like this growth of yourself and maybe even imagining what that growth could look like for you, but for others, for other people in your life. Because really the question was like, how do you like navigate a bit of this conflictual energy or navigate when that shows up? What if you were to, oh, okay, reading this book, it's like about, it's talking about different ways to like live life, but then specifically to like uncreate and destroy your relationships with yourself and with people and with all sorts of things. Every day we should do this. And I want to just talk about how like I do feel like it works really well. I witnessed it myself with a particular relationship in my life from yesterday to today. And I like was like, I destroy and uncreate how that relationship is with so-and-so from yesterday to today, pot and pock, right? Or however you want to just imagine it clearing. And it like shifted it. So there's something there, like you might not really see or know what it looks like, but can you trust with almost just your intention of like, okay, the past is the past, and I'm going to just imagine the potential of the future here. Imagine what it looks like for you to really bloom. I love how like these two images of the symbols are almost very similar. It's almost like if you imagine first, then it's going to blossom into something. It's going to grow into that, like the heart's going to like open up. Over here you had the moon. So there might be something tied to like moon energy, like the cycles of like from now. What did we, I think we have like a new moon soonish, like next week, is it? I don't even remember anymore, you guys. We just had the full moon, right? So no, we just had the new moon. Oh my gosh. So it'll be a full moon. This just shows you where I am. Okay, where am I going with this? What is this, spirit? What's this moon tied to? The judgment. So whatever, like, if there's any like one that's past in your life and your family's life or these people around you, I don't know why I get that, and this could be completely off, but like I just like feel like this person's like death really created more division amongst I don't know, is it less like a grandmother energy? Maybe, because I'm wondering why the moon's here. And it feels like it's almost like created like more like conflict or separation between the people. Let's pull one more for this. What is that, moon? Grandmother moon. What do you want Delilah to know? I guess here it's just like this is part of the journey is really what this, I want to say grandmother moon. Oh my gosh. It's like, this is just part of, like, dear, this is just part of the journey. Like, literally, like, seeing her kind of like hanging out there. Like, not laughing, but kind of like finding everything humorous. And again, it's because it's like, well, it's people are right and people are wrong. Like, it's both. Like, you know, there's no one's really fully right. What's the sex energy? Okay, I gotta read. Hi, Shraddha. I will aim to pull cards for you if I can get to everyone. I put your name in. I've been celibate 5 years, but my sensuality never changed. I'm very guarded. Yeah, we're going to pull cards about that. I follow the phases empathetically. The moon is highlighted in my practice. Hi, Gascon. Charity. Yeah. Well, the moon, yeah, there's something then, maybe the moon work, new moon stuff, whatever, can help you with kind of tuning into some of that. Which card? Let's pull an Angel of Abundance card. I don't know if that's going to really be related much to this, whatever this sex energy is. I'm not sure why you've been celibate. I mean, you don't have to obviously share that here. And everyone's allowed to do what they want, but like... So it's funny because there's two cards. One that came out was moonlighting, and it kind of came over more on that moon card. It says, you can start working on your dream career part-time, keeping your other job to pay the bills. Soon your dream career will take flight and fully support you. So keep working with the moon around all that stuff. Don't get hard on yourself for where you are. And like just seeing the angel there, it's like you are being led and supported by whatever ancestral connection. And then here, we'll put this with the sex card. Organize for success. Not sex. Organize for sex. Do not let the word organize intimidate you, as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. Organizing your thoughts, reports, your living and workspace, and finances will help you know and plan your next action steps. Okay, so yeah, I'm not telling you what to do around your like sexual stuff. But there's some weird play on the word success and sex. And I don't know what you've done around the healing around that, like sexual energy. Why it is, you know, you said something about you're guarded. Can you imagine letting go of that guard? Letting go of that need for protection, of fighting people around like the sexual aspect. If that, like I'm saying, using that as a phrase, but that's okay. Because ultimately, how can this combination, and I say sex, but I'm not even talking about like just sexuality, like having intimate connection physically with someone. It can be a wide range of things, right? Like, what can this union partnership with another that is that opposite, how can that contribute to what you want to create? So I'm just going to ask that your holy guardian angel, that highest self aspect of you, can just guide you on the path to deep inner realization, to understand what exactly is for you, to process and clear that which maybe is just the old self, the old identity, the old interpretation of situations. So you can really step into this alchemist role, this like temperance card, this connected energy to spirit, your power with the sun. There's like double suns on the card of the temperance. I mean, we could say triple sun actually. Sun on his head, fire, sun, you know? So yeah. My mother passed 2020. Half family went one way, the others another. Not speaking. Requires me to be isolated. Yeah, hermit energy. Hermit energy is huge, you know, like we all right now. I think I sent some of you a video of this lady. I don't even know like how I came across her. And I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, how did I never hear or know about you before? My Lemurian sister. And it just like she touched on it so well, like all the grief and the childhood wounds and stuff that we've been going through, and like isolating to like heal, because then it's gonna, you know, some big things happening. So it's okay. Like, you know, this is all part of it. I'm going to have that next tarot class, or yeah, the next tarot series on the tower come out hopefully next week. Just kind of finalizing my notes, and then I'll record it. But it seems very, very fitting to like what's happening right now. And when you talk about isolation, how that even links to the whole concept of things crumbling away, old ways of being crumbling. So I don't know if that helped at all, Delilah, but maybe you guys come on here for clarity and then I leave you feeling more confused. Sorry. But thank you for being here. Okay. Yeah, it's been a while. Well, let's move on, shall we, to Golden Lily. I think that was a really long reading. I might not keep all of them that long. I just realized because we're already 40 minutes in, and that was like a full-on spread almost. If you guys ever do want one-on-one readings, you know, you can schedule those with me. I also have like where you don't actually have to meet. You can just like book or purchase it on the Gumroad shop, and then I send you like an audio recording of the reading. It's kind of convenient. You can listen to it on the go, listen to it multiple times. Okay, Golden Lily, let's pull some cards for you. Calling your guides, your ancestors to support with this reading. We got 3 cards right off the bat, shall we? Oh, we got 4 cards. Let's go in a circle. Interesting how there's so much swords. Swords and cups. I don't know, Golden Lily, if I read the cards for you like this before in this like medicine wheel. I feel like sometimes that shows up for some of you. So we have the Knight of Wands at the top. Below him directly in the south is the Page of Wands. And then on the east direction, we have the 8 of Swords. And we have the 9 of Cups. So like what I'm like feeling in my body right now, Golden Lily, is like a shaking energy. Like, yeah, thanks, Delilah. Appreciate you. Yeah. There's like a, I don't know if like a nervousness or there's like this like, I love how you have the east. I love how you have pretty much every direction has its aligned symbol or element of like swords in the east for air, the cups in the west for the emotions, the wands for action and fire in the south. But then in the north, you have the wands again. And it's like the moving wand, like it's like the action going for it. So it's like you're still taking an action. Maybe even feeling the trapness of the thoughts, Golden Lily, like feeling like, hey, I really tried to like do this work, but my thoughts just like bound me. Like it's almost like I just can't really break free of these thoughts that I've been having. And I see on the other side what it could bring, like this sense of joy, this connection, and like, I want to say like sureness. I say that a lot. I want to say sureness. Such a weird word. But it's still out of reach. Like the fact that the cups are like up high behind him, it's still out of reach. And there you are, you like meticulously looked at how it was you were going to take action, what steps you were going to take, what like work needed to be done, and you're still out there riding or like searching or hoping to like manifest where this should be, or the aim would be, this is the disposition. So what is that about? Hello, Malik. I do not speak Urdu, sorry. That'd be cool. So what is this disc situation about? Ugh, I can't even fucking make it up, man. I can't even make it up. You got wisdom. Got intuition. You got a lot of like high chakra cards, and you got power. That's a lot of cards. We've got another medicine wheel forming here, which is interesting if we think about it. That's weird. Because then I'm just like seeing, okay. So in the East, on the high aspect now, around this top section, we have wisdom. So summing again, thoughts, knowledge, right? Which is like important, but it's like a deeper spiritual knowledge that's important. Then you have the imagined card, and this is in the West. So I guess like in terms of this manifesting in the physical, you have the wisdom of what to do and how to do it. You have the imagination, or at least when that card came out first. So I kind of was like, but it fell on that West side. It's almost like there's some disconnect between what you're imagining potentially. And then we have the power card in the bottom south, which is fire again, right? We have this fiery energy. And then we have intuition at the top. So I'm really getting the sense of like using your inner vision, your inner wisdom, your intuition, your visualization, letting that be the power for you, Golden Lily, that helps manifest and bring things into the physical disc, earthly, tangible realm for you. I'm currently in school for my PhD, but I'm contemplating like if I should finish, if that's what I really want. So sitting and with yourself, I think, is going to really be that part that's going to help you to recognize the power you have to make any decision. Because maybe that makes sense why you're like trapped in this. Like, and it's interesting because in the East, she's wrapped in gray rope. It's almost like being wrapped in the wisdom, right? The sphere of wisdom being Chokmah. It's like trapping. You can't see, you can't move. What else? What else is there? Let's put one of these. Some other direction of, I don't even know how these cards are. Frick, man. Another direction of these, or another insight around this disc that can help. Like, what's this? These thoughts and things that, man, these cards just feel weird in my hand all of a sudden. Like they felt weird to shuffle. It's almost like you just can't get a grasp of it. I can look for things I appreciate in relationships. Something about the hands, because look, even in the picture, like look how she's holding the eye and then the hands reaching out. There's something about hands here. Golden Lily. You cannot get the relationship of your dreams when your chronic thoughts about relationships feel lonely or angry or worried or disappointed. So if this is towards family or whoever is like kind of like making you go to school, because again, no one makes you. But as you look for things you appreciate in yourself and in others, as you make lists of positive aspects of past and present relationships, You train your vibrational offering to match the vibration of your desires, and your perfect mate must then come. It is law. And I want to just say, like, this isn't just relationships. In this case, it's more like you train your vibrational offering to match the vibration of your desires, and your perfect aligned state or alignment must then come. They have perfect mate in brackets or in quotations, by the way. So it's like, so I think in this case with this card, it's like, can you make a list of these positive gratitudes, experiences of all the people, all the things, you know, going to school? What were things you enjoyed? What are things that you still enjoy? Shift and reread the statements or the writings. Do it every day. Let yourself feel the like juiciness of that, because that's the power, right? That's like kind of this energy too. You know, it's the thoughts, it's the emotions, and then it drives the electrical wiring that then brings things to manifest. But like, if you're sitting there being like, oh my gosh, I missed the table. Why should I do this? Like, oh, those people are just making me do this. And like, I really hate like so-and-so in my thesis, like supervisor, I don't know, whatever the things are. But all that stuff's just like perpetually putting you in this cycle of not manifesting what you actually want. If we were to look at the intuition and the Knight of Wands as being kind of one and the same, it's like, can you see that everything has been happening so that you can learn to experience this? You know, it's like you're getting a PhD in like listening to yourself, you know? Some people learn that when they're like in high school. Some people take a year off and work and then they learn it. Some people do multiple degrees and then they maybe touch it. Some people work till they retire and die, and maybe on their deathbed they touch it. It doesn't really matter the time. It's just like everything is part of your awakening process. But there's something about these chronic thoughts, the thoughts that have been like keeping you trapped, keeping things out of reach, and this constant like just moving, that maybe, you know, what would happen if you took time to rest and just acknowledge what it is that you have created and what you have accomplished and done. I think that's it. Thank you, Golden Lily. You decide and know what's best for you. I'm not here to tell you what to do. Please know that, folks. You make your own decisions. And then, yeah, who knows what the future holds. But I love how that Imagine card, sex cards, come out a couple times now. Okay. I assume Glamish wants a card, but I don't know. You haven't responded, Glamish, so I'm going to skip you because you didn't really speak it, I don't think. Yeah. Okay. So we'll move on to Robin. Okay. Yes, you're welcome, Golden Lily. Okay, MB, I added your name. Let's see what we do. Thanks, you guys. This was fun. This beats me maybe having to walk around knocking on people's door. I was kind of getting a little paranoid. I'm like, oh, you just never know who you're going to come across, like knocking on their door. And I didn't really want to put myself in a situation. So I was like, wait a minute. You got a whole community of cool people, you know? Let's come online. Okay. So, Robin, let's pull cards for you. Calling to your guides, those ancestors that want to support you. Oh, these cards just keep falling all over. Ooh, let's do one more. Because Because we kind of got like a tree of life thing going on here. It started with the Empress. And as soon as I saw the Empress in my head, I thought, oh, she's like the doorway. She's like the doorway across the upper banner of the tree. You have Ace of Swords, you have the Moon, you have Death, and you have the Nine of Cups, which was just out before. And it looks like we have the Four of Wands. So lots of like joyful stuff here. Minus the Death card. I mean, death's not that bad. We know that. I'm kind of hearing something about Scorpio season for you. Whatever that might be. Thanks, MB. Appreciate that. I'll drink some matcha. Ugh, I have such good matcha upstairs, you guys. So yummy. It's like, anyway, I digress. Okay, what am I going with here? What do you want us to say? It's almost like there's something haunting you, Robin, this like death energy haunting. Is it like a fear of death that you have? I mean, who doesn't have that? Something from your past, almost like a haunting. Because then we have the Ace of Swords showing me some type of conquering of thought. And I find it fascinating how it's like in the position of the, what I guess we could say would be like Gabura. So like a bit of this like severity, like harsh Fort Mars energy of like standing ground and like having to have willpower and a bit of like a control thing around thought. But knowing that like you can ace that, like you can be successful in that. And then you have the Moon, okay? This Moon energy, like where I'm just seeing something about like what I was really noticing was the animals at the bottom, like the dogs and how the dogs look like just so vicious. So like whatever this might be, like something about, like there's some thought or some process of how you've been that like wants to like be let go. It wants to die. So you can really claim your authority, claim this seat here. And it's like there's some harshness, like the Moon maybe recently it's been coming up, shining a light on it. And so like if there's certain things that you've been feeling angry about, Robin, like in this, like it's like agitating you or irritating you or something, that's probably the theme around what's going on. That's the theme that wants to like have some type of like death so that you can have a resurrection of a new way of being, a new thought. And this isn't to like negate the things that have happened. That was weird. I just heard like a weird breathing. Okay, let me read comments. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you commented. I don't have a fear of death. I know that I am an eternal soul, so this lifetime is just an experience. Okay. I was going to just ask something. What was it about? Oh my God. So around like this, like around anger, agitation, maybe just, you don't have to share this, obviously. What is it that like kind of like rocks your boat, so to speak? And the fact that both of these cards are in the kind of like lower Sephiroth energies of like Hod and Netzach. It's kind of like I would say the hip energy, like pelvis energy, pelvis position. to me, that's kind of just the symbolic energy of the water, of the sacral space. And when the fact that we have the moon, which is Yesod, sacral, we have death, which is like the watery aspect again, Scorpio energy. So Mars, the moon. And maybe you've noticed even with like this reason, I think Mars went direct recently. So if there is like a level of like anger or like agitation, it feels like, yeah, just like agitation is like how I want to describe it. Like, because those eyes, the glowing red of the eyes, including in the eyes of the horse. If you can see that, I don't know. There we go. It's kind of like, we think about like the wild woman, and the wild woman is in her womb, so to speak, is like okay with the like anger and the agitation and the lust and the like frustration and the joy, like, because in these positions of the hips, these are both to me positive cards. Like they look positive. It's like proud and like strong. And then there's like the, celebratory. So can maybe like a thing for you, if this agitation is existing, is to like welcome it and like you can put your hands on your hips and like move, dance, feel the flow as you move, and like let that energy show up and like be transmuted. That's going to help you really with mastering the thoughts that are showing around this, and to really stand up or be in this position of this Empress, the rulership of you, the beauty of all of you. Love how there's like this red kind of just like Gabura energy kind of like sprinkled in all these cards. Damn, I wish you could see the whole layout that it's set up. I'm seeing colors. Weird. Okay, autumn, death, renewal. I always appreciate the death card in the reading because the sun is in the horizon. Yeah, I like that, MB. Thank you. I've been angry at those that have been controlling this matrix and the levels of deception and deceit to keep people not awakening. Yeah. Mars and the moon are my birth planets. Okay, let's pull one of these. I hear that. It's frustrating, right? But like what I'm hearing is like, it's all part of the journey. It's not our say or thing to, like, and your journey, I guess, may mean speaking for you, not speaking for you, but, is to, well, you have trust, trust the process, but to recognize that this too is your journey, right? To transmute all those aspects, because I bet you there's people that are angry just the same at like, the folks who are in the spiritual space. But I hear you. It can be frustrating because it's like, come on. But there's definitely something here. So where can you open your heart and trust a little more? I love how they have the heart green energy here, because that's tied to the Netzach, which is a Venus energy, right? Mars and Venus, thinking about how those two oppose each other, right? Or they bring like that balance to each other. Oh, what else? If you ever wear like a banner or like something like this, or, or you imagine like a banner, a sash from right shoulder to left hip, I wonder what that could also do. If you have something like that you can wear, because I'm just seeing the energy of that, like Gebura and Netzach, the Venus, Mars, and the counterposition at that heart space. I really would encourage you, to like look at the tree of life, maybe sit, meditate on it, however deep you want to go. I feel like there's something there. If you can find a tree of life that has the, what do you call it? paths with like the card names or pictures on them, or even you just take the major arcana, lay it out like that. There's something there too, I wonder, especially if you can focus on that connection of Gebura down to Tiferet, down to Netzach, perhaps also to Yesod. Like, what are those paths? How do they tie all together for you? There's something about the paths, and it's going to unlock like something. So you do what you will with that. That's so interesting. I've been having physical pain in my pelvic region, a symptom because of the massive energies descending on the planet. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, resting too, I suppose, hey, and like whatever that looks like for you. And feeling whatever that is it like shares the truths with you, shares the insights of what once, what is meant for you to continue to learn, open your heart, trust. Sounds like you have a lot of trust already. That's awesome. Okay, I think that's it, Robin. Thanks for being here. Okay. Meredith, I believe you're next. Then I have Shraddha and MB. Meredith says MB. Are you giving up your spot for MB, Meredith? You guys are like, oh, I'll just check it out. Oh, gave a donation. It's a polite fight. A bunch of Canadians. Well, I don't know if you're all Canadians. I'm just going to go in the order. Meredith, we're going to pull for you. Oh, and the card went flying. I'll keep it short then, if that's what. You have the Six of Swords. That's in reverse. That's interesting. The traveling. We have the Tower. What else for Meredith? What else? And we have the Two of Swords. And that one was in straight up. So I'm just going to go like this. You're welcome, Robin. Okay. This was in reverse. So I don't like, I show you guys because sometimes some of you read your own cards and that means more to you. I'm sort of like all over the place, you know me. So when you see this, what do you see? And especially in the fact that it came out Six of Swords, Tower, and then the Two of Swords. It looks like I'm not going on a voyage. I think there's what's really standing out to me is this card of the boundaries. There's something about boundaries here, of the feminine. Because we have this Yesod energy of the moon, the water. We see a woman sitting on like on this throne bench, but like to me, she's cloaked in the gray. It's like she's a seeress, right? Like she's one of those oracles that people will go to for guidance. The fact that she's so surrounded and held in gray, surrounded by water, means to me that she's like very much tuned in to the wisdom that exists. And there is some type of structure, some belief, I'm assuming it's a belief with the Tower card we have here because there's so many swords going on. Okay. But like, I just note that in the woman in the first card is like looking down. Like she doesn't look like she's the happiest. She's kind of cloaked herself even in magic, right? She's like, it's almost like a protection. She's trying to protect herself. Sorrow. But like noting that on both sides of the water here, Meredith, there's like, water that's like choppy and water that's soft. So for you, around, you clearly have this trip thing going on, like that's on your mind. The trip is to a beach. Oh, and she's on the water. I see. It's like, okay, I see. Oh my gosh, what was I about to say? There's something about like tuning into what feels the most at ease for you. If you were to close your eyes, sit, ask yourself, ask your womb, like, what feels more at ease? And then like notice what it is. But there's definitely some like way of being, thoughts, perceptions of self or a situation that are like kind of falling. But everything, like I like, everything happens for a reason, but also like everything that we, what was I reading about this? The Tower card, it was kind of like this idea that the disruption and dissolution of these belief systems, ways of being, or this tower, it occurs so that we can up level. And that's why maybe then this card came out, because it's like you stepping more into this like seeress energy, this oracle energy. But everyone's going to fall on their own. No one's holding hands there. I wasn't going to get into this too much because I'm going to talk about the tarot card of the Tower next week. But like one thing that really stood out to me as I was just like sitting with this card earlier today was the crown on this one individual's head. It's like the crown was knocked off the tower. This guy's not wearing a crown, but this person's falling like in a very compromising position. How is he going to like stop himself from hitting his head? Whereas this guy whose crown is totally off, meaning totally open, not covered in the like ego. It's like he can see a bit. Does that make sense? There's something about this. So, and the fact that this woman's kind of unsighted, it's like, because there's something, she's going beyond listening to her own ego, right? Like, or listening to the ego. She's going into like a depth of intuition. Let's pull one of these cards. I don't know if this is helping at all. Hello, Asha. I love how it's like literally a bowl of water or something. You could see it as plants with some dying, but I'm seeing it like the water streaming in and like just. What if even in this position of this sitting, listening, and imagining this womb space, being your pelvic bowl, right? Being this chalice, it filling with this energy, this stream. What could that bring you? Maybe it'll bring you the whatever 25 cents, Let's pull an Angels of Abundance for you, Meredith, and then I think that is, yeah, it's uncanny. The power of prayer. Give this situation to God for uplifting and healing, and be open to miracles. Heaven's unlimited resources, love, and answers are awaiting your prayers. Be sure to act upon the divine guidance God gives to you in response to your prayers. My dad was just telling me a story about like this Christian man. He was like a pastor. I don't know, I don't know what he was, but he was like, did a lot of like missionary stuff or whatever. And my dad was just talking about how the guy never asked anyone for money or anything. He would just pray. And then he would like go and like hang out at like the post office, and all of a sudden a check would come in, or like just weird things would happen. And he fed like just so many people, children, people who were in need, and like everything was just provided for. So, but the main thing my dad was saying was like he was praying, he was having this conversation with God. And I do believe God sits in our womb, so to speak. Like we have a connection. That's why, oracles, so forth, were used as these channels. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I have to say, but there's definitely something about the Six of Swords. I just keep looking at it. I don't know if you have a tarot deck, Meredith, maybe you want to also look and focus on that for some reason. Maybe while you meditate and draw the energy into your womb, there could be some insights for you. Ask God, ask the divine to show you whatever it needs to show you. Okay. Ooh, as you can tell, my readings are getting a little shorter. I can feel my energy is kind of like bling-dee-doo-doo. Okay, let's go to Shraddha and then MB. Thanks all for being here. Comforting. You're welcome, Meredith. Okay, Shraddha, let's pull cards for you. Hopefully you're still here. Again, if anyone wants personal cards pulled, you can always schedule or book a reading. The links are in the description. I don't think I put the link for that peace event, the Reiki peace event. Maybe I just share that real quick before I go, so you guys can have that. And it would be great to have you sign up, join in at any time or both times if you feel called. Whether you practice Reiki or any other modality or not, I think it's going to be a great time. And we're going to just share energy for world peace. So I put that link there. You can go, you can sign up for either time, both times. Come take part. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. That just came to me. So I was like, okay, I guess we'll do it. Okay. We are pulling cards for Shraddha. Thank you, guides of Shraddha. Come be present. Show us messages. Sisters. It's kind of weird how I just felt tired after that. So I don't know, Shraddha, if you are feeling tired. Like I literally can just really notice tiredness. Okay, what's the cards for? Oh, there's two. Strength and freaking Nine of Cups again. Get out of here. I'm going to tear this card up. It's in reverse, if that matters. Let's do one more. What card's on this side? Is this something about Mars? Okay. This one was also in reverse, if that matters. Oh, there's a card underneath here. Lots of yellow. Hello, Shraddha. So you have the Strength card, a very fiery Leo. You have the Nine of Cups, which has been showing up. I just feel like tiredness. You have the Seven of Swords. Lifting, doing all the work, going and like, but sneakily. There's something sneakily happening here. Is there someone in your like workplace that's being sneaky? I don't know if any of this resonates for you, Shraddha, but it was kind of like what I was just getting is this like tiredness of like the situation, where maybe like you put in the time and energy and like help things boost or grow or whatever, however you want to identify that. But then there's like maybe like one particular person that's just like exhausting you. And it's like they're dancing around the matter. They're dancing around whatever. I really do feel like it's like a misleading, deceptive energy. But the interesting part about that is how there's like the sword, there's two swords still there. He hasn't taken all of them. So like whatever the perception is that it's like so bad and wrong and negative, like it's not fully all bad and negative. Even how much you want to believe it might be. Maybe though there's like some type of sway someone has of like what I first saw with this was like, you having sway or influence of the people in like the management position, because it's like this woman kind of looking into the mouth of the lion. Like a lot of people would be scared. I'm thinking back when I was a clinical nurse instructor. It was like it's like a middle management kind of role, right? Like it's like I'm a leader and I have all this insider like sway with the management, and yet I don't. Like, it's like this between, but compared to the other frontline staff, I had more, so to speak, because of this position, like being invited to certain meetings, like, but it's like it can be a little intimidating, because I can tell you that from experience. I don't know what I'm getting with that. So it's almost like you having to balance this position of power and strength. And I guess really what it's coming down to is like you can choose your happiness. Like you can choose what it is you focus on. You can choose what you're happy, what you allow yourself to be impacted by. And I think a lot of the energy drain, if you are feeling tired, is this like energy spent on just your like, oh, what's this person doing? Like on other people, what they're doing or not doing or should be doing. Yeah, interesting. I don't know. I feel like I'm feeling less like drained now, just saying that. Yes, I'm tired, exhausted. Maybe it's late for you where you are. I don't know. But like there's something. Let's see. How else can you protect your energy? Asking spirit to guide you. That's a beautiful gold card. Can you imagine that golden light of spirit just streaming in and supporting you, supporting the situation, making things exactly the way they need to be? Oh my gosh. I like our neighbor before, you guys, was like literally not a good situation. And I started realizing that like I was putting so much energy into just like judgments towards them. Oh my God, like what are they doing now? And like it was like a chaos that I had created as drama, because it's like, oh, my life must be boring. I need this drama. 1 2 2 2 2. And then I started realizing like I don't need to live my life like that. Just, you know what, spirit, you do you. Make it right. All I know is that I want good, healthy sleep. I want my kid to be able to sleep well at night, not being disturbed by neighbors. I want quiet. I want peace. And like literally, the police showed up one day, and like I think what happened, the police came to arrest someone else who was in the house. And then the landlords got involved, and it turns out they were like, what the fuck's going on? And they just kicked everyone out. They were really good neighbors initially. Something happened that, yeah. So I guess I'm saying that because it's like, even when things seem really, here I am over here judging the neighbors and being like, why are they doing this? Like, why they're doing illegal things. Like, instead of just, and I think spirit really helped with solidifying that knowing that I get to choose the joy and choose my emotion, and I can stop leaking energy towards others that leads to exhaustion. It gives us our strength back, our power back. Okay, I think that's all I have to say. Let's pull you one of these angels of abundance, Shraddha, and then we'll move on to the next. Last reading for MD. Right, Shraddha, let's pull in angels of abundance. I was really looking at that 9 of Cups with this one. It says, have courage to ask for and accept help. Asking for help is a sign of strength, as is accepting it as it is offered to you. Very often when you ask God for help, prayers are answered through other people. This is what I told my dad. Oh, it's funny. Be sure to accept this assistance as well as give it to others as you are guided. So ask Spirit, ask God, the Creator, to help you, and then be willing to receive it. And know that it comes through all different people. Like, there was this story I told my dad. It's like a joke, I think, about like the man who gets abandoned or stranded on a desert island or some, like a deserted island. And he's like, God, help me, help me. I need help off this situation. And then a boat shows up and he's like, oh no, I'm good. Like, he tells him to go. He's like, God's going to come help me. And then like a couple other things happen where people come and offer, but he was like, no, leave me. Like, I'm good. God's going to be the one to step in. And then the guy dies. And God, like at Heaven's Gate or whatever, God's like, what on earth did you do? Like, why did you not receive the help I sent? No, actually, I think it goes like the man, I'm not a comedian, but he's like, God, why didn't you help me? And then God's like listing off all the people he sent. That's what happens in the like story. So it's just like this reminder, I guess, Shada, like how is it you're asking for help or for perceptions to change or opportunities, and then they're showing up right at your doorstep, but you're kind of like turning, It's like maybe that's signing up for that thing or doing that thing or, letting so-and-so come and help you clean your house. I don't know, whatever it is. Like, can you just be open to receiving it? And then, yeah, no, that's God, like, communicating to you. So I don't know how much that resonates for you, but yes. Oh, sweet Delilah. Excited. Yeah, it'd be great to have you all join in. Oh, it's resonating with the situation. Yes, Shraddha, you're welcome. Yeah, great to have folks. MB, let's pull cards for you. I do usually do, but usually I do like, I've been making the donation thing through PayPal. That's why, because it's like a little different that way than on the YouTube, but I appreciate all the donations. I appreciate your guys' energy, your time. Let's call to MB's guides, ancestors to share the words, messages needed. Ooh, I'm just feeling like a very grounded, like an energy that felt like it went like, So I don't know if you're masculine energy, what that means for you, but you have a very like grounded presence. And maybe you don't even really know that you have that much of a grounded presence. Maybe like sometimes you feel like anxious or uncertain. Okay, cards, you gonna come out or not? But like there's something more here, MB, that like you need to acknowledge within yourself. You have the World card, the last card of the tarot, technically. I told you I'm gonna rip that card up. I don't know, it doesn't really bug me. It's just funny. Weird, you guys. This is what happens here. Don't remember, like, it's seriously, cards just flow between all the freaking. I guess I. Okay, one more card for MB. Yeah, it's kind of funny because like what I was describing is in a way this energy, like this sureness, like grounded presence, like how he's sitting is just very like in power. So even if you're feeling like that is you, or maybe you don't believe it's you just yet, there's something like know that it is you. But you're moving through some type of like cycle right now of like recognizing your power. You have the Hermit card, which is the card of the year. A lot of this isolation energy that was mentioned by some people. There's like something here, but also this fact that you as this hermit, you as this power source, tuned into spirit, tuned into yourself, your own intuition, your light, it's meant to guide others. So that's where I'm kind of getting at, like, you might not know how grounded you are, how like present you can be and how supportive you can be, or you don't really see that just yet, but like that is like a role. However that's meant to be. You have the King of Swords, MB, as well. It was down in the bottom. So there might be some healing here around like these, like claiming your thoughts. Claiming like positive thoughts about yourself. This is going to help you to like manifest this world, this like rulership, and all the joy that comes with that. Oh, whatever that is, clearing. Thank you. 9. in like the world card, I just want to point out this energy of like the four creatures. The four creatures. Hello, ascending universal butterfly. I can pull a card for you. I kind of was going to get off after this one, but I'll pull you a card if you would like. I've been on here for a while. But this energy of like these four creatures, these four parts of the creation of the universe, there's something here, I think. I don't know how you're tapping into magic. Into the magic of your thoughts and your ability to like create with your thoughts. There's something here that I think you're being called to explore. It's going to help you as this hermit, as this magician, magus. And it's like very much needed right now. Okay. So whatever that looks like, I'm going to pull one of these cards. Maybe there's something here, but like, I don't know how you explore magic, how you explore ritual, your spirituality, MB, but that's definitely going to help you. We have the universe card here. So there's like that. I'm thinking and seeing this is the figure 8 that's on, or infinity sign that's above the magician's head. Okay. And how you're connected to the above and below. Like whatever the magic stuff is that you are feeling called to do, or you were like, you know, I feel like you really are, it's not just for you and your spiritual attainment. It's going to be exactly to like bring it into the earth. Like I feel like it's really needed. They're like the building blocks of the universe that you're playing with and experiencing, so that then you can translate it in your own way to others, or share it, disseminate it to others. A lot of blue in this card too. So like whatever this mercy energy is that you maybe, you know, like sometimes it's like, oh, you're just a pushover. Like there's like this type of like, people could have judgments, but like, what if you could reframe it from being a pushover to being merciful, and like trusting that you know when you're being a pushover, or when you're just coming from a place of like compassion, because there's a lot of blue in the skies of these cards, and in the back with the 9 of Cups. Yeah, interesting. I'll pull one of these for you, MB, and then we'll, call it complete. And then I'll pull. Hello, Jessica. Hello. Yeah, it's been a while. Working with the 72 names. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Oh. Cool. Yeah, okay, well, that'll be it. Building blocks. That's interesting, because that's kind of like what I would identify those names as. The letters are like the blocks, the codes, right? Anyways, let's pull this one for you, MB, and then, yeah. I can focus on what I do want in a relationship. So, okay, let me read it, then I'll speak. By focusing upon the wanted characteristics of those around you, you train your vibrational offering to match only the best in them. And then the law of attraction can no longer match you up with the worst in them. When you focus upon the worst of them and train your vibrational offering to match only the worst of them, the law of attraction can no longer match you up with the best of them. Didn't we have this card last time? It's so mouthy. Wow. But like what I was seeing with this, or hearing with it, was your relationship with like the divine, your relationship with yourself, and those parts, like I mentioned about like the being the pushover or being in mercy. Like where you put your attention is where it's going to like bring more of that. So what if instead of being like, oh, I feel like I'm not me in my power. I don't feel like I feel like I'm a pushover. Like, well, then more of that shows up, more evidence of that. But if you're like, okay, I know I'm becoming more and more in my power, and believing in myself as this grounded, like spiritual connector, and a merciful like leader, a merciful lover, like whatever, like then that will show up more. Okay. The as above, so below, correspondence, all this stuff, everything's going to kind of like come into more fruition for you. So with that ending, I want to just say for you and be like, where can you practice this energy? That's, I think, an important thing for you is practicing putting it into action, your experiences, your learnings, sharing it out. If it's posting something, I don't know, whatever. If you've been feeling that call, I definitely recommend you to explore that. Okay. So yes, have fun with the book. Oh, 72 names. Yeah, you guys, if you didn't know, I did write a book. It's called The 72 Names of God, a Magical Grimoire. It's this book right here. And it literally just highlights all the 72 names of God according to the Kabbalistic tradition. These are like codes and different aspects of the divine. And in the book itself, I share how you can work with these names. And I also add some like insights, the gematria and magical aspects, astrological aspects of each of the 72 names, each of their like hexad zodiacal connections. So like the zodiac signs in astrology, Scorpio, Leo, etc. And then, yeah, it's like a practical book. You can like literally hold it, meditate with the sigils and images that are in it, and experience the 72 names yourself. Because that was really what shifted things for me, I would say, over the past several years, and my personal learnings of using these names, connecting with these names to support my own spiritual attainment and growth and manifestations in this world. So, yeah, you can check that out. I think there's a link in the description. It's on Amazon. What else? Okay. Ascending Universal Butterfly. We'll pull a card for you from this Angels of Abundance. I love the tapestry wall. It is so nice, isn't it? Look at that thing. Oh, I love Middle Eastern things, you guys. Yeah, excited to get in the mail. Cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shem Hermafrosh, you guys. I don't know. Whatever that is. Powerful stuff. Okay. Ascending Universal Butterfly. We have successful funding. Your idea is divinely guided and supported by the same infinite wisdom of God that gave you the idea. Do not allow money concerns to prevent you from turning it into reality. Crowdfunding, partnerships, other investments are available to help you. So whatever you've been like planning, feeling called to create or work on, I don't know if it's like a book or something. I feel like maybe, I don't know, you were like talking about, like, how can you put that out there? You know, if you use AI or anything to like, at all, you can obviously go and like ask it to, hey, I have this idea, like, and I'm thinking I need to speak to publishers, or I need to do like whatever. You can use the AI to then like bring those ideas and the contact information or whatever. Like, I'm really seeing something like this for you. Because, you know, it can be a lot to like sit and research and try to find what it is you're looking for. But also, with that being said, there's lots of things that you might come across that will encourage you in that direction. Can you be open to like reaching out to them? I write a lot of poetry. I've never used AI. Well, yeah, I don't know, that just came to me for whatever reason. There's like a video someone sent me. It was like about using AI to like reach out to people in their city or something to invite them to workshop. Like, it was really, really in depth what this individual used AI for. And maybe you have to pay for some AI providers to get that much information. But I thought it was fascinating. So I'm just saying that could open a lot of doors. But successful funding. If you're feeling guided or something's calling you and you've been like kind of hearing a little bit of a nudge, like, oh, you should put that out there. Like, do this thing. Just trust that now after this conversation, especially, Spirit's gonna like guide that for you. Okay. Okay, I'll try to put it in the chat here after. I don't know. Oh, my phone's right there. Like, where's my phone? I'll see if I can find whatever that video was. If Madeline's watching, she knows what it is. She sent it to me. Anyways, hello, Rock On. I am actually going to be done, so sorry. But you can subscribe and come back. Monday, I guess Monday we won't be doing the card readings, but it'll be the Mystic Hotline. And we're going to be talking about star seeds, people. Talking about galactic, alien fun stuff, which to me it seemed fitting with all this Atlas, three-eye Atlas stuff going on. And just personally, where I've been like sitting and feeling and connecting with my power, my magic, my abilities, whatever, to support and hold space and connect to spirit. I just was like, oh, like the starseed aspect, galactic energy just feels so important right now. So until then, I invite you to do your research, watch some videos about Three-Eye Atlas, the interstellar comet, if you haven't already heard about this, and just remain open to whatever is showing up in your world until we meet on Monday. I think I put it for like Monday evening, if I'm not mistaken. And we'll come on, I'll answer questions, share some about my own experiences and some questions that I had. And yeah, we'll go from there. And then again, I did pin that link for that event on October 10th, the Embracing Peace Together, Reiki energy healing. If you want to join in, whether you practice Reiki or whatever modality or not, you want to take part in that, we'd love to have you and share in the energy so we can just really tune into like this concept of world peace and balance, harmony. These are like important words that I feel. And I'm personally just feeling like, I feel like there's so much more that we as light workers, shadow workers, healers, whatever, conscious individuals can be doing and tapping into for the collective. And this is going to be an opportunity for that. So if you are interested in joining a bunch of people online to do that, you can click that pinned link thing, sign up for either or both times. I'll be running it twice on that day and we'll just see what happens. So anyways, thanks everyone for being here. Until then, take care. Yeah.